Hey everyone, we're going to look at the bureaucracy today. When speaking about the federal bureaucracy, we're talking about those who work in government positions, whether they are appointed or they have government jobs through a merit-based system. But back way before the period of the Civil War, we had a federal bureaucracy that was quite small, and most of the job appointments were based on political loyalty, meaning that you belonged to a certain political party. Under Andrew Jackson, that meant that you had to be a member of the Democratic Party in order to work in the government. The federal bureaucracy begins to change after the Civil War, especially with the Pendleton Act of 1883, where civil service jobs were based on a merit system. This was passed in relation to the assassination of President Garfield by a disgruntled gentleman who wanted a government job and did not receive it. And even if you're looking at, let's say, the bureaucracy at the state level or even a local level, we are treating our individuals and our public as consumers, and we emphasize our bureaucracy under the label of professionalism. We always talk about how we want to reinvent government or that party patronage is not dead, but we understand that public policy has changed based on the way we treat professionalism within the bureaucracy itself. And anytime we have a functioning bureaucracy, we're talking about authority, division of labor, and formal rules. And we want to make sure that the tasks and responsibilities in our bureaucracy are clear and distinct, the production of goods and services is efficient, and decision-making is quick and unbiased. It's not necessarily going to be the most efficient if we follow those rules, but it's better than having a system that's based on patronage where there is no accountability. And please understand that there is a difference between the public sphere and the private sector. And no matter how professional we want our bureaucracy to be, there will always be some problems and difficulties that come along with it. And since the Pendleton Act of 1883, most federal bureaucrats are hired under a civil service system. Some political appointees are still chosen by the president and confirmed by the Senate. And understand, in the bill becomes a law process, the legislature writes up the piece of legislation that you hope becomes a law. The president signs that bill into law, and then the bureaucrats have to put that bill or that law into practice. And finally, when you look at the bureaucracy as a whole on the federal level, you're talking about 7 major bureaucratic structures.